There's a common problem with big companies that we as citizens need to start taking charge of, and that problem is collusion. Collusion is defined as an illegal cooperation between two or more people in order to deceive others. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hashtag smart voters. Hashtag citizen concerned. Beware of the comrades. Apart from the political corruption that is messing up our country, collusion by the Forex mafia and other companies has done more damage to the country than we even knew could be done. Imagine a bunch of banks decided to artificially set the price of the RAND when exchanging for the US dollar. Why? To enrich themselves. They didn't care about how prices of goods and services would be impacted. How selfish is that? You don't need me to explain what it all means. You know the story, right?
This is a pattern that repeats itself throughout history.
2001, when the rand collapsed from 7 rand 60 to 13 rand 84 to the US dollar, the then Chief Executive Officer of the South African Business Chamber, SACOP, Kevin Wakeford, blew the whistle, accusing 3 big corporates and 1 global bank of being party to manipulation in the currency markets. Wakeford predicted that the rand was on its way to even 20 to even 40 and possibly even 50 rand to the dollar, which would have thrown the 7-year-old democracy into economic and political turmoil.
Companies that sabotage South Africa and the lives of its hard-working, innocent citizens must go out of business, period. Clearly, they're not going to go to jail, but surely we can't go on as if we don't see what they have done. We need to set an example, so they must fall. Standard Chartered Bank and BIDBZAJJ have been confirmed by the Competition Commission as participating in the RAND manipulation, and we are waiting for confirmation of the participation of FNB and Nedbank. The 4 banks are all businesses, and to make money, they need customers like you and me. They need you to receive your salary and business payments through them. You are the customer. You are more powerful than these traitors will ever be. You just don't believe it, and that's why you don't take action. Have some guts, man. While they did this, what was happening to you? What was happening to me? Groceries got more expensive. Rent got more expensive. School fees got more expensive. But hey, your salary stayed the same, didn't it? You did not get bonuses, and businesses closed down, leaving you unemployed and unable to find the next job. So on one side, the ANC is destroying the country through corruption and incompetence, and on the other side, the banks are destroying the country through greed. If you bank with any of the banks involved in the RAND manipulation, it is your patriotic duty to close your account with those banks. It's time to boycott these banks, starting with Standard Bank and BIDBZAJJ. Don't bank with them. Don't receive or send money through them. Don't receive your salary through them. Don't do any business with them. And if it comes out that FNB and Nedbank were also involved, don't do business with them either. They are most likely involved. We are at war, South Africa. Our government and our law enforcement agencies are captured and letting us down. These people should be going to jail. They should pay fines equal to the money that they made in profits. The traders, the managers, the CEOs that oversaw the scandal need to be jailed, never to work in the financial services sector again. But instead, they got a slap on the wrist. What is 42.7 million rand to a company like Standard Bank? I'm sure they make more than that in bank charges per day. What is 42 million to these people? It's nothing. Neil Phillips, co-founder of Glenpoint, a George Soros-backed hedge fund, was convicted in October of this year for the same kind of crime. He faces 10 years in prison. We await sentencing. More than 40 Forex employees from the more than 20 involved banks were fired or suspended upon the discovery of this collusion. Citibank has also fired its head of European spot foreign exchange trading, Rohan Ramchandani. More than $11 billion is estimated to have been lost by the British pensioners every year due to this crime. The United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority imposed fines totaling $1.7 billion on 5 banks for this. Imagine that. That's more than 30 billion rand in fines to be paid by 5 banks. That's more than 5 billion rand per company. This occurred in 2014, and then in 2015, Barclays was fined $2.4 billion US dollars. Combined, the banks have lost more than $10 billion due to the fines imposed for market manipulation in forex exchange. Some billions lost in America and others in the UK. Many traders were arrested for market manipulation in recent years. The longest sentence was of Tom Hayes, who received a 14-year sentence in 2015. And then we come to South Africa, where Standard Bank has been charged a fine of 42 million rand. We have dumb law enforcement, don't we? Or they're corrupt. 42 million rand is a lot to you and I, but to these banks it's nothing. Here's the evidence. In 2013, Standard Bank had 2 co-CEOs who were paid a combined total of 55 million rand. Each CEO received a basic salary of 7.6 million rand, a cash bonus of more than 9 million rand, and a deferred bonus of more than 11 million rand each. So Standard Bank was able to reward 2 CEOs with 55 million rand for 2013 alone. That was 10 years ago. 10 years later, we think that a fine of 42 million rand is punishment enough? We think that Standard Bank is going to feel a pinch when they part with 42 million rand now? Come on, stop playing games. For 2022, Standard Bank CEO Sim Shabalala earned 55.6 million rand. You can't come onto social media and just comment, complain, and share your frustrations. Your comments, dislikes, and online anger will not affect the banks. They still go on to make billions because of you being their client. So stick it where it hurts and boycott them. This is one of those few times that you have a say on the matter. Don't just complain, but do something about it. You earn 100,000 per month? Put it elsewhere. 10,000 rand per month, put it elsewhere. 1,000 rand per month, it doesn't matter. Choose another bank. These businesses have the courage to comfortably and confidently do this to South Africa because they believe that nothing will be done to them. It will be a big hoo-ha for a few weeks, but no real repercussions will be experienced by them. The same citizens that they deceived will keep making the money by banking through them. What will discourage them from doing this or even worse in future? Boycotts, mama. Boycotts, papa. Let's boycott these banks and remind them where their bread is buttered. Let's boycott these banks and show them that we as South African citizens will not just sit back and relax while they make our lives harder than they need to be just to fill their deep pockets. Stop transacting with all the banks implicated in these crimes. Close the accounts you have with them and walk away. I have a bond for my house with Nedbank, so I don't know how I can get out, but I can tell you this for sure. I am not receiving my money through them or through my Nedbank accounts anymore. Why do we still want to pledge allegiance to such heartless crooks? Don't be a loser and a coward, too lazy and scared to change your country, guys. Boycott the banks. ABSA and Standard Bank, boycott them now.
Today, I want to tell you, South Africa, you got a greedy private sector and unpatriotic private sector. They were the first ones to increase. Most of the Mascom one who 300 rand. I mean, the most basic thing to save lives. They were the first, both Pick and Pay, both this scammy, both Boxer, all of them, greedy. Even in the face of death, they were there increasing prices and collusions and so on. I mean, how do you as companies collude to increase the price of the most basic commodity like bread? Shame on you. Yeah, I know, you know that I'm not told what's happening. Nonsense. But like I said yesterday, it's you and me who are to blame. When last did you hear of a boycott of any product? You could hear stories about, hey, Vision Active, there's racism there, and so on. Clicks, but hey, your black hair is rubbish, this scam. Hey. But have you ever heard black people who are the majority of consumers voting by their feet? No. Hey, we are going to Hulu. They mustn't bother us. We fail to use our agency, whether be it with politicians who are taking us for fools or business who are taking us for rubbish. We fail to use our agency. That's why we have you and me to blame.
FNB and Nedbank, when their part is confirmed, boycott them too. Smaller banks, it's time to step up. Share this video, let's mobilize and stop giving these traitors our money. They are the ones who are giving communists funny ideas. They are the ones who are making uninformed people think that socialism is a good idea. They are overcharging us when it comes to transaction fees while making the little money that we do have worth even less. There is no benefit sticking with these traitors. By manipulating the RAND, it means the cost of everything went up. Lives of many people became harder to endure. Some people lost their homes and vehicles. Some didn't get increases or much less bonuses. Some have lost their jobs and businesses due to the economic hardships that resulted from this RAND manipulation. And yet the people who committed these crimes pay a measly 42.7 million Rand settlement fee. We can't control how much they are fined, but we can control how much of our money they receive. Imagine when a paying customer is at the mercy of the banks who beg for your money through ads. No, you're the boss, and show them that. The elections are coming up next year. We need to get rid of a government that protects criminals and vote in a government that protects us, the citizens of South Africa. While we prepare to rid our country of those political comrades, shall we get rid of these financial comrades? Share, like, and post this video. #SmartVoters, #CitizenConcerned. Beware of the comrades. Hi there, thank you so much for the support. Some of you have asked us to open a means to donate, fund, or support the patriotic work we are doing. Help us reach more people by joining our fight against corruption and the socialists threatening our country. You can give a super thanks, join as a member, or donate to the account number in the description below. Thank you. Now back to the video.